This will be presented without additional context. I would just like for you guys to let your mind wander, okay? The Biden administration has condemned the recent Russian election due to a lack of transparency, where millions of votes were suddenly added overnight that wiped out the opposition. I feel like we've got anyways, it's the last day of the campaign before the election. Yes, we have an election today. It's going on right now. It'll still be going on for at least a couple more hours by the time that this gets posted. And apparently, according to, what was that, CTV, don't expect any of the results because they got to tally all of the mail-in votes, which they have. And they've had because the final date for your vote to be postmarked was September 6th, so they should have all of them, but they're not going to count those until after all of the paper ballots are tabulated. That fucking makes sense. But anyways, what have the political leaders been doing in the days leading up to the election, okay? What were they doing over the weekend? Well, we got a couple of them, okay? I've got nothing on Jagmeet Singh, and hopefully his party is also in a similar situation because that dude's an out-and-out racist. And as for Cue Ball here, he's probably... I don't know. There's like a 50% shot. In fact, that's what it is now. It's a fucking goddamn dead heat for who's going to be the next prime minister. Honestly, before we get into this, and this is just my personal hope, Aaron O'Toole wins as prime minister in a minority government sense, and because nobody trusts anybody else, they'll just continue to squabble and not a whole lot gets done over the next year and so, and then we can just have hopefully the amount of support that the PPC is going to be getting, and hopefully that just continues to grow, because then there'll be like a traditional debate set up and there's going to be more opportunity for the message of the PPC to get out there, because that's about the most optimistic I can be. I don't think anybody's going to get a majority government. I think we're going to be heading back to the polls relatively shortly because history tends to repeat itself. Just take a look at the early 2000s. But that's my hope, okay? And I really hope, because I went and cast my ballot here earlier today, and it was really weird because this is the first time that I've not the first time that I've voted. I'm not even that old, but 31. I've been through a few elections myself: local, municipal, federal, provincial. Not local and municipal. That's the same thing. No, normally they're held at like the Legion or the couple of the local schools that are relatively close to where I'm at. But this time around, okay, you could kind of understand this, but it really just nailed something home for me, okay? My polling location was at a church, okay? You can understand it's like what's really going on at a church a fucking Monday, okay? So, yeah, it's going to be pretty open, but going into a place of worship, okay, a religious area, which thanks to the government has, well, the Alberta government, it's a little bit different, but are locking down to 1/3 capacity, or putting in a bunch of different strict measures in order to keep them safe. But hey, you know what? You use it for federal business because that's different, somehow better, or what? No, but going into a religious building and voting for somebody, and you see a name on a ballot, or at least a party affiliation on there, who is led by somebody who considers himself a fucking walking deity, it just really nailed it home, just these people's fascination with creating a religious governmental affiliation. It was very, very odd, and it left me feeling a little bit dirty, but then again, maybe a couple of people got a little too close for what I like, and Grand Prairie is a very ugly city. Anyways, last day of campaign before election, party leaders make final pitch for votes. Yeah. Ugh, what was Stupid up to? We're actually going to end up bookending with him. So, Liberal leader Justin Trudeau held several in-person and virtual press conferences throughout the day on September 19th, addressing supporters in Alberta, both of them, Atlantic Canada, British Columbia, Manitoba, Ontario, Quebec. Continue to demonize Saskatchewan and the territories, or what? They just don't matter because they don't want to vote for you, but you're supposed to be a prime minister for everybody. Anyways, the key focus for Trudeau is himself. Oh no, on the last day of the campaign, has been to call on progressive voters. Ugh, God. He's a prime minister. Oh, Canada's so properly fucked. To choose him and his Liberal Party over other left-wing candidates. Yes, the other three parties. This is the moment in the campaign where people across the country are wondering, as progressives, which way we should vote. I don't know, just probably stuff the ballot in your mouth. You just accomplish more that way. Oh, what a dumbass have to do. Nothing would make me happier on his acceptance speech. A couple of days from now, he just grabs his chest and falls over. I don't wish anything bad on him. I just, you know what, hey, maybe just a little bit of a scare will probably put a conservative streak in him. At the campaign stop in Markham, Ontario. He's from the Greater Toronto area, and that's why he's so popular. It's like, you don't know fuck all about your party. On September 19th, O'Toole touted his party's platform. What is that exactly? Just if it's too hard to navigate the Conservative Party's website, I just go over to the Justin Trudeau site. It's the same fucking thing. Addresses issues such as job creation, not the government's job, you just get out of the fucking way. Corruption. The leader who you replaced was funneling money to his kid's school, so you should probably tread lightly. Mental health. Anybody who still supports the Conservative Party, I would consider in need of some. Domestic vaccine development. Why? And affordability, something you can't back up. The most important thing, I don't care. NDP leader Jagmeet Singh campaigned in British Columbia. That's the only place that supports you, really, en masse at least. And it wouldn't be like in northern British Columbia, because they hate you. They really hate you. It's just like greater Alberta anyways. Like, I would say about 90% of the entire province, just that little fucking deformed corner down there in the southwest pocket where you got Victoria Island and you got Vancouver Island. Sorry, my mistake. Victoria's on the Vancouver Island and the Vancouver's on the mainland. It's because BC's fucking retarded. But yeah, no, he was down in Burnaby. Yeah, because of course he is, because that's the only place that fucking idiocy could resonate. Down in Burnaby before making stops in Surrey, Maple Ridge, the Tri-Cities, and now returning to Burnaby, North Seymour in the evening. That's really not that far, okay? It seems like he went to a lot of places and he could have just done it virtually, but whatever. At the press conference in Burnaby, Singh said many who supported the Liberal Party are switching to the NDP, and I'd like for them to switch on their cars and hopefully that their garage door is firmly affixed in the closed position. But we all can't get what we want. Oh, what a horrific thing to say. A lot of people voted for, the Liberals are switching over and saying we're going to vote for the Democrats. Oh, just cross the border illegally and just live in Washington or live in Oregon, okay? Please. You'll be doing us all a favor. In BC, particularly in the lower mainland, that's where you are, okay? So you're just literally preaching to the choir. The housing crisis is raging. You don't say. And what's your solution? Oh, just socialized housing. You're retarded. People cannot find a place, a home to afford with their budget. Yeah, why do you want to live in Vancouver? It fucking sucks. There's nothing there unless you want to, I don't know, try to turn a dime trying to pick up old used needles. Like, there's nothing there. There is no industry that you can't find everywhere else. Like, but whatever, we're not breaking down the fucking economic platform of the lower mainland area, mostly because I don't care. And if Kim Jong-un decides that he wants to start testing off some more missiles, just make sure, if he needs a little extra funds, just go ahead and hit me up in the comments section. I can send some money over there to just add just a little extra help on those boosters and, do us all a favor. I don't care. When asked how he would define success, he couldn't and called the person asking a question the racist. People's Party, yay, which we're going to eventually get to, and they got my vote today because I'm a man of my word. Speaking at a rally in Westlock, Ontario, People's Party of Canada leader Maxime Bernier told supporters on September 19th that he will continue serving as the real opposition in Parliament even after the election. It looks like he's probably going to win his riding, which is awesome. I just hope a bunch of other members, like optimistically, a handful of people between like a half dozen and 10, that would be great. Just something, okay? That's all we can hope for right now. As the only real opposition, we will oppose everything that is against our Charter of Rights, and we will work for Canadians, for the sovereignty of our country. We will do that every day, Bernier said. We know that our way of life is in danger and that we are losing our country at a rapid pace. Man, there is an excellent interview, a couple, but I would recommend the one that Maxime Bernier had with Jordan Peterson. It's about an hour and 25, about an hour 30. Set some time aside. It's fucking great. Okay, they go through the PPC's platform. Peterson actually asks some pointed questions, which is awesome. It's not different from him, but it's the first time that you're actually going to hear the leader of a political party have to answer, and he does answer. He doesn't skirt any of the questions that he's asked. Answer some pointed questions, and I like the answers that I heard. Okay, it's just going to take somebody to get elected for the PPC. And the Green Party, which actually had a rare moment of a good decision to make, but hey, here we go. Green Party leader Annamie Paul, sorry, she's not that cool, was in Toronto on September 18th to support local candidates and to fight the boogeyman. I don't know. But she made a fucking shocking turn. Okay, Green leader Annamie Paul rejects mandatory vaccines and vaccine passports. Fucking what? Where did this come from? I want to see her rationale behind this before I give her any sort of props. I never thought that would be the case. Green Party leader Paul has been resistant to accepting the Trudeau Liberals' proposed vaccine passports throughout the pre-election campaign. However, she confirmed recently on CBC that her party firmly rejects them. Paul said that her party does not support vaccine passports. She cannot raise that issue at the federal level because Parliament was suspended for Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's snap election. Ow. Okay. This is one of those things that, first of all, we should have been in Parliament right now and talking about this is the next phase. I agree with her. Wow, that almost made me lightheaded. Though Paul did not suggest an alternative to vaccine passports, nothing. That's your alternative. She advocated a panel to work among different levels of government to educate people on the importance of vaccinations. How about no? When asked by reporters on August 16th whether she supported vaccination mandates for federal workers, she did not answer owing to a lack of details at the time. That's actually fair. That's fair. If you don't know about a situation, don't make a comment on it. On August 27th, Trudeau announced his party, if re-elected, would create a $1 billion COVID-19 proof of vaccination fund. You know what? Not like the funding the different provincial health services. No, we're going to just spend $100 billion of your money on a tracking app. That's cool. But yeah, how does Canadian mainstream media report on the different platforms and the different issues leading into the election day itself? And how do the main parties compare on these issues? I keep saying that the three choices up at the top are the same shades of shit. Just go into the ballot box and just pick your favorite fucking color, which is most people going to do, and you're just going to get the same result anyways. But you just take a look at, you can kind of see it. Let me just check. Yeah, you can basically make it out there on the corner. But, okay, this is supposed to be the platform. This is supposed to be the biggest ideas that are most prescient to Canadians. What would you normally think? Okay, what would a federal government need to be in control of, and what should they be championing as their platform on the campaign trail? Would it be the economy? Would it be staving off a recession? Would it be, I don't know, anything useful? No, that's not what the CBC, which is funded completely by the Canadian government, is considering. No, these main issues. Okay, you got COVID recovery, childcare, climate change clocking in at number 3, emergency preparedness, foreign policy at 5. Before the economy, okay, green energy, fuck off. Why couldn't that be wrapped up with climate change? Guns. Oh, those big scary guns that Justin Trudeau banned. Healthcare, housing, income supports, indigenous services, jobs, long-term care, mandatory vaccines, pipelines, racial inequity, reconciliation, seniors, and last, but what shouldn't be last, small businesses, which you've effectively killed off with your fucking vaccine passport programs. But don't worry, in Alberta, it's not mandatory. You can opt in, but if you don't opt in, you can't open your business. What? But we got some news on the ground, because of course we do. Technical problems with Elections Canada website. Long lineups frustrate voters. Of course they do. This happens all the fucking time. Oh my god. Ain't that a bitch? Ain't that a bitch? Hopefully we'll have some sort of results tomorrow, but I don't know. Okay, I really don't know. Elections Canada has apologized for technical problems with an application on the website that tells Canadians where to vote on Monday's federal election. Guys, you get your voter card, okay? It gets mailed to your house. You have to take it in order to vote. It has the address and the name of the place that your fucking polling location is on. You shouldn't, oh, whatever, these people. If you're that stupid and you can't find your fucking polling location, your political opinion means less than zero to me. Sorry to be harsh, but many took on social media on Monday. To complain, of course, social media to complain, obviously. That they were receiving the same error. We are unable to find your voting location. Yeah, just look around for the signs because those are up fucking everywhere, okay? They tell you exactly where to vote. And guess what? It's going to be really close to where you fucking live. So just think of a big building that's probably open. That's probably, I don't know, school shaped or church shaped or community center shaped. They probably have that yellow sign on them. Just go and take a look. And if you're that concerned, you'd probably already know. But hey, you know what? It's an opportunity for people to bitch on Twitter, and you know they're going to take it. What about long lineups? Polling station difficulties frustrate voters. Let's get to the meat of this. Others complained online of long lineups. Oh my God, fuck off. Opening thousands of locations across the country is a logistical challenge. Yeah, but you're reducing the amount in Toronto, right? Half of them are gone, and that's where the complaining is apparently happening the most. Longer lineups were something Elections Canada had warned Canadians about because there would be fewer polling locations, but it's a challenge opening up thousands across a country as big as Canada. Yeah, there should be thousands, and there's more than just one This isn't fucking Esther just walking across the place with his fucking cardboard boxes that he sets up with his fucking dividers. Jesus Christ, this is a sophisticated effort, okay? We're the ones with the paper ballots. You show up with your ID, you have your voter card. It's like, is that you? That's me. Okay, go to number 6 over there. And if you'd like to pray for the nation, you can go ahead and hop inside the confessional, and maybe Father will hook you up with that one. Poll workers did not show up to 2 stations in Ontario riding of Kenora. What were they, native? Gauthier said that standby workers from other regions were sent to the polls and were expected to open late. The Hadawanasasi Confederacy Chiefs Council protest disrupted voting at a polling location. Just fucking tear gas them. Hey, my own place. Poll workers in 2 Indigenous communities in a riding of Grande Prairie, Mackenzie, Alberta, arrived to locked polling places. Gauthier said that the issue has been resolved. Yeah, they probably, I don't know, lost their keys. Somebody was probably trying to open up caps to a beer bottle, and they just got lost on the floor and nobody could find them. But whatever, guys. As long as you stay in line, your vote's going to get counted. Theoretically. So what did Maxime Bernier spend the rest of his weekend doing? Because he was in Ontario, but then again, he was in Calgary on Saturday? Okay, cool. And the way that the CBC reports this is so much different than the way the Epoch Times writes about it. The People's Party of Canada leader Maxime Bernier spent the final days leading up to the federal election in Alberta. On Friday, hundreds of Albertans flocked to an empty field behind the Strathmore business to support the People's Party of Canada, and on Saturday, Bernier attended a rally at Memorial Park attended by about 1,000 people. Meanwhile, who else is pulling those numbers? And I haven't heard of a single campaign rally by Aaron O'Toole. Literally, full stop, I haven't heard of a single campaign rally. But this is for a guy who wasn't allowed to be at the debates, okay, gets 0 fucking positive TV coverage, and mostly he's just ignored, but he can still pull 1,000 people in fucking Strathmore. Bernier and other speakers rallied against vaccines, probably vaccine mandates. Let's be fucking very serious and very precise in our language here. As the 4th wave of COVID-19 cases in Alberta spikes and surgeries have been scaled back 75% for 10% capacity, including surgeries for kids at the... Oh, you cunts, you fucking cocksuckers. Yeah, and cancer screenings and a bunch of other elective surgeries. But the way that they frame that here, and that's why I said this is our state broadcaster, by the way. Bernier and other speakers rallied against vaccines. We've been over their platform. They're against vaccine mandates, okay? Bernier, is fully vaccinated. By the way, they want to go ahead and associate him with being one of those fucking nut jobs that think that, oh, it's poison, you just injecting it, it's all weird. And it's like, there's no fucking basis in that, okay? Now, there's other questions, or there's other conversations that we could be having, but that's not what he's saying, okay? And then just try to, somebody please think of the children. What, the children that you'd want to have fucking aborted 3 months after they were fucking born? Cocksuckers. As of Friday, 2,523 people have died of COVID in Alberta. Yeah, see? It has nothing to do with what he was there and saying. And then, of course, in the big fucking scare box, Alberta seemed like a space where that anger could really be exploited by the PPC Barbara Perry hate and extremist researcher. This is what they're trying to do with somebody who breaks from the fucking narrative, okay? They're trying to slander him as being a Nazi. He's a fucking Frenchman from Quebec, for Christ's sakes. But, oh my God, he had this to say at his rally out there. People understand that they don't want a show-me-your-papers society. They don't want a vaccine passport. It is illegal, unconstitutional, moral, and unfair. So much hate. Legal experts, okay, have said the vaccine passports likely withstand a charter challenge. Legal experts likely stand. Barbara Perry, director of the Center on Hate, Bias, and Extreme. Very, very weird framing that you have here. This could have been a completely different article, but you'll go ahead and just drop this on a PPC coverage topic, right? Obviously. But it's some intellectual out here. Yeah, Yeah, bias and extremism at Ontario Tech University, who's probably never been to Alberta, but yeah, she just sees Purple Man and thinks he's automatically bad. Says she believes Bernier chose to end his campaign in Alberta. No, he was in Ontario, so she's just patently wrong. As one of the provinces where his party has seen the biggest levels of support. That's bad, right? This also, again, this is why not too many people know about PPC or think that they're just this extremist group, because the CBC wants to slander them. They just use vague associations. He's just a pretty docile guy. He attracts buff guys with a fucking the hockey mask on behind him. So fucking pernicious. But you know what the CBC won't run with? Okay, because we can just go to their front page, okay, because there's a big old story, because you got, okay, ooh, Canada votes, okay, that makes sense. And we can just go over to their news side and, okay, cool. Live election results, even though polls don't close for another, locally here, they don't close for another 2.5 hours. 7 o'clock, I think, is when the polls close. But anyways, yeah, I don't see anything on here that has, there's being black in Canada. There's some kind of vaguely attractive woman in a headscarf. I don't see anything about the Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau. Like, there's some big news that came out of him today, but yeah, he's pretty much absent from front page coverage on CBC. I wonder what that would be. Previously unseen photo of Justin Trudeau in blackface emerges on eve of election night. Oh, it's from yesterday. That's yesterday's news, right? It wouldn't have any significance on election day now, would it? New photo of current Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, apparently in blackface, has been shockingly surfaced on the eve of the federal elections. Trudeau himself called, and it will take place today. A new photo in Trudeau of blackface has leaked. It looks like, yeah, exactly like they point out here, the photo in question, as do some other similar photos, appear to come from an Arabian Nights themed event, okay? Like, okay, if you're going to be doing like a Sultan cosplay where you got the big turban on at the same time, why would you go that dark with your blackface? Like, okay, you're supposed to be doing a Middle Eastern guy. You're not doing fucking deepest, darkest parts of fucking Africa. He's so dumb. And you're supposed to be a drama teacher and you don't get that shit? God, you're stupid. Which was held in the spring of the year of 2001. And he hasn't grown up since, and even appears in the yearbook of West Point Grey Academy in Vancouver, where Trudeau was teaching drama at the time. So he was a teacher. He should have theoretically known better. Okay, this is by his standards. I don't fucking personally care, but hey, this motherfucker's a racist by his own standards. But hey, guess what? There's a good chance he's going to be Prime Minister at the end of the next week, I guess. Who knows when all the fucking results are going to come in, because we should just expect a little bit of a delay. Nothing fishy about that, right? You know what? Hey, we'll see if Biden has to come out and condemn the actions of, once again, Prime Minister Blackface. I thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.